Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Microsoft is down 2.45%, and now with earnings up almost 4%, trading around 415. So going into tomorrow's session, depending on where things open, guys, if Microsoft can actually open above right here 20-day moving average, or I would say 415 to 413, you're going to see some more continuation back up to 420 and possibly going back up to all-time highs again, and that is 430 plus. Now to the downside, if this move, even with good earnings, gets faded tomorrow and this thing breaks under 413 or opens below 413, then watch out for a move possibly down to right here. And that's going to be around 403 5-day moving average and then 400. And recently, a lot of these earnings where things are not going well, but the stock is going up. And some of these earnings where things are going really well and they're beating earnings and they're just getting a big pullback next day. So watch out. There's going to be lots of volatility here on Microsoft tomorrow, and definitely not worth trading tomorrow. Let the stock settle and see if this thing can actually keep up all these gains right here, or Microsoft gives up all the gains tomorrow morning. So watch out. This is gonna be your level to watch tomorrow morning as the market opens at 9:30, 413 to 415. Below that, more downside, possibly coming down to 400, 403 right here, 5-day moving average, and above 413 to 415. This thing can move higher back up to 420 and possibly even 430. On Apple stock, it's up 0.5%, and Apple now trading above right here 170 and pretty much holding 20-day moving average as a support into closing, which is sitting at 169.48. And by tomorrow, these moving averages right here, 20 and 13, will move up. So it's going to be right here at 170. That's going to be your line in the sand to watch going into tomorrow's session. And Apple can actually hold right here. You're going to see a move all the way up to 173. Below 170, watch out for the support down here. 167.33, 166, and then 163.88 down to even 162. And do not forget that we have earnings from Apple, and that is coming out next week, and I think that is on Thursday, which is going to be another market moving event. On Google, stock is down 1.96%, and now with earnings up over 11%, they got a double beat on earnings and also $70 billion in buyback, which is massive, and dividends. So now this thing is up over 11%, and I'm not going to give you guys any levels. The stock has to settle tomorrow, and depending on where things open tomorrow, then I can give you guys more levels on Google stock. Until then, if this thing actually pulls back down to this previous all-time highs right here, 162 to 160, even 158, that is going to be a dip buy on Google stock only if you get lucky and this thing pulls back really hard all the way down to this level right here, 162. Now, right now it's going to open maybe at 176, 180. And if this move actually continues tomorrow morning pre-market, then watch out. We might be hitting another fresh new all-time high. We will be opening definitely at a fresh new all-time high, but who knows, we might be hitting more all-time highs tomorrow after opening at a new all-time high. So Google here definitely, rocketing here just after earnings, and this thing can go up even more. As a matter of fact, I think this thing was up at 183 today and now came back and trading at 175. One thing I can say here on Google stock, even with good earnings, things will be extremely overbought if this thing opens at 175 or 180 tomorrow morning, guys. On Tesla stock, it's up 5% on the day almost, and Tesla got up to 172. And finally, what we got here on Tesla, guys, bullish engulfing candle, and now it's up again over 1% and trading at 172.46. So going into tomorrow's session, we did clear right here 20-day moving average today with this big bullish engulfing candle. So Tesla might be out of the woods and we might be going higher. And how? Now Tesla needs to clear 176 50-day moving average, to be exact 175.94, and then 180. If Tesla can take out these two levels, definitely it's out of the woods and Tesla going higher all the way up to this gap 186.72 and possibly even higher. So watch out tomorrow. Tesla will find resistance right here at 176 and then 180. There will be strong support here on Tesla at 164, 160, and then all the way down here at 152, and then this gap down here 147.26. On Amazon, stock is down 1.65%, and now with earnings from Microsoft and Google, this thing is up over 3%. Now Amazon was a fantastic trade today that I took, and I left a lot of money on the table, but it was a day trade, so get in and get out, right? Amazon was my target this morning when I saw it was down over 3%. And trust me when I say this, soon as market opened and I saw Amazon getting down to 167, that was it. I paid market price, 30 cents a piece. Calls on Amazon, tomorrow expiration, guys. And guess what? If I was holding till 173, it was going for 83 cents a piece. Massive, massive move. But yes, I got 150%, but there was more money here on Amazon that I left on the table. I mean, that thing went up almost, 250, 300%. And, once I sell those, I don't go back and track, like how much they're going for anymore, because it just makes me feel bad that, I got out really quick for 150%. But this was a really nice setup this morning. First of all, filling this gap at 170 and then coming down to critical support 167 and buying the dip oversold on 15-minute and also on 30-minute and also below lower Bollinger Band. It was a fantastic setup. So all these setups are available, and especially if you guys are serious about trading, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon, guys. And now Amazon from 167 came back up and holding what? 173. And now massive gap up tomorrow, opening at 180 almost. So watch out, 180 breaks, there will be more upside, 182, 185. Below 180, we might be pulling back all the way down to right here, 176, and then 173 right here on Amazon. On AMD, it's up 1.33%, so AMD is up, and now it's up again 2.63% and trading near 158.28, 13-day moving average. So going into tomorrow's session, AMD can clear 158, you're going to see 164 and then 166.55 right here to close this gap on top. Now below 158, if this thing gets a rejection tomorrow, it will come back all the way down to 5-day moving average 150.61, and that's going to be a strong support to watch. And below that 148 and then 141.68 lower Bollinger Band all the way down to 138. So Netflix going up 1.74% and trading above 564 into closing, holding that as a support right here. So that's going to be a key level to watch. Above 564, this thing can move higher all the way up to 588. And below 564, strong support down here at 550 and then 528, 506 down to even 498.96 to close this massive gap right here on bottom. On Meta, it's down over 10%, and Meta actually did really well today, not coming down here to close this gap at 400. This thing opened at 421 and then came down to only 414, and within seconds, guys, if you got in, you got in. If not, it's gone. This thing went back up all the way up to 440 plus, and now closing at 441.38, down over 10%. Now it was down like what, 17, 16%, all the way down to 400 yesterday. So Meta, this gap is still open. Now, are we going to see some sort of a dead cat bounce, some continuation to the upside? It's still oversold, trading below lower Bollinger Band, which is sitting at 461. So that is possible, but watch out on that way. There will be strong resistance right here at 452 and then 461 up to even 470. Below 452, there is a good chance it might get a rejection right here. Bollinger Band here on bottom will come down more, and then you're going to see Meta dumping all the way back down to 400 to close this gap all the way down here. So watch out. Yes, we might get that dead cat bounce, but then from there, this thing can come back and close this gap down here at 400. On Nvidia, stock is up 3.71%, and now with earnings coming out from Microsoft and Google, well, somehow this thing is up also over 2.5%, another $20, and now trading near $8.50. So Nvidia, the biggest and the baddest manipulated stock in this market. And why? Just when you think it's going to come down and die, this thing will go right back up. And when you think Nvidia will go higher, like, some people right here talking about, 1,000 is no brainer, and I'm already thinking about 1,500, things will pull back. So Nvidia, that is why, there is lots of money to be made on Nvidia stock, but there are so many other good setups where you can buy things cheaper and they're more safer. And that is why for last maybe 2-3 weeks, not even touching Nvidia stock, making my money elsewhere and leaving this stock alone. And you can see why. I mean, look at the volatility here on Nvidia stock. It was down here this morning, guys. 782.83 right here, or 779. And look at the pump, went back up to 830, came back, closing at 826, and now it's up another 20 bucks. So imagine you caught the bottom. Yes, you made the money, but let's say you actually shorted right here after this pump at 800. Now you're losing money because this thing took out 800 like there was nothing, like butter. This resistance right here, 5-day moving average, was out like a butter, and this thing rallied all the way up to 830, and now it's trading above 840. And we might be trading above 856 early as tomorrow morning, above all these moving averages right here. And if that happens, path is clear. We're not coming down here to close this gap, at least now. And things will be going back up to the upside again. And we also have earnings coming out next month. So that is why, guys, Nvidia is very risky to trade. Now, last Friday, what do we got? Massive dump off on Nvidia. And now, within 2 days, look at this here. This thing going back up. And now, 840, this is where we got rejection before. And now it's opening above 840 tomorrow morning. We do have PC data coming out tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. and some earnings from ExxonMobil and Chevron. So that's going to be something to watch tomorrow morning. But looks like Nvidia can actually hold above 840. Then watch out for the resistance right here at 856.97, or I would say 857. And then Nvidia can continue that rally back up to the upside, possibly going back up to even 900. Below 840, then you need to watch this support down here. And it's going to be a strong one. 800, 5-day moving average, and then 777 right here, lower Bollinger Band. We actually almost touched lower Bollinger Band today, but this thing got a massive bounce right at opening. And why this market actually came back up? Because of this stock, Nvidia, going up 30 bucks. You think Nasdaq 100 will stay down? Absolutely not. And that is why market came back up, and now it's going up even more. So Nasdaq 100 now up, I think, over 1%, 1.5%. So tomorrow morning, we might see gapping up like 2%, which is insane. So be careful trading Nvidia stock, guys.